What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Movie Emporium's movie review of Ultrasound, the newest film from director Rob Schroeder. Now, before we begin, if you like this channel, awesome. Hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell, top the fun's coming next. If you like what you see on this channel, awesome. Hit that like button as well as commenting below on any video to watch, including this one. And so, for this film, Ultrasound, just to let you know, this is a non-spoiler review. I will do a spoiler discussion / ending explains to kind of get in the theories of what I think is going on. But in this film, basically it stars Mad Men's Vincent Kartheiser as a character named Glenn, who's literally traveling down the road for some particular reason in the middle of a storm, and he hits a spike strip. You know, that's never a very good thing. You know, usually in horror films that means something very, very bad is going to happen, but this is sci-fi, so something may different happen. And he travels and he finds himself in the house of these two characters named Art and Cindy, who are a married couple. Well, everything seems fine at first, and then things start happening, which I won't talk about because it would be a spoiler. And basically, this turns into a very Cronenberg / early Nolan, maybe primer sense of a film, where things that you're watching may not necessarily be the things that are actually happening. And what ends up happening in this film, basically you have to kind of decipher as it moves along, because it's not an easy film to watch, to be fairly honest. And so this film is actually based off a graphic novel called Generous Bosom. It's a film that is premiered at Tribeca Film Festival last year, I think in June of 2021, and actually garnered a lot of praise for its just kind of, like I said, Nolan / Cronenberg-esque style filmmaking, where it doesn't make it easy for you when you watch the film. It tries to be, you know, unique and have a particular perspective, but it also wants to be kind of just a very different type of film in its own aspect. So I like those types of films. I like Possessor, I like Videodrome, I love early Nolan. I definitely love Primer for its kind of strangeness and weirdness and not very, you know, very consumer friendly, I guess you could say, not very movie going audience friendly in a lot of aspects. But I just love movies that make you think, that make you kind of question what exactly is the nature of what's going on in this film. So I was really looking forward to this film when I heard about it. You know, it was one of those films, like I said, that you fortunately can't watch because it's just, you know, you either can't attend something like Tribeca or it's just going to be a while before the film comes out. So with that said, my overall excitement, what did that translate as a review? What did I think about this movie? I love this movie. I really do. It's a very weird, like I said, Nolan / Cronenberg-esque type film. It has a lot of just strangeness stuff going in it, but there's a lot of things that are happening which make a lot of sense on what the director Rob Schroeder is trying to do. It has a very particular purpose. It's trying to give you a particular type of sense of what it's trying to explain, and definitely has a very interesting, weird feel to it that I always love in movies. There's something about these movies where you go in, you know you're not going to get a very straightforward experience, but I just kind of love that in these types of films. I love everything that, you know, the director is doing. I love what Vincent Kartheiser is doing in this. There's a character that's played by Breeda, who was actually in one of my favorite films of last year, Mass, who does a really interesting, excellent job of trying to keep the audience in check and keep them kind of moving straight forward. And then there's just some weird kind of strange stuff that starts happening that starts to unfold to this bigger kind of more interesting mystery that kind of starts to unfold itself as the movie moves along. And I just love that. And on top of that, they're using techniques, or at least the director, I believe, is using techniques that is also allowing the audience to kind of participate in the film, where they're using ultrasound, like audio frequencies and stuff like that, that kind of puts you off base. It kind of makes you feel a certain particular way. So when things start happening, particular characters are positioned in certain places, I really like the sense that it starts to make you feel almost like you're with them in the room. And I just kind of love that about this film. I love what they were doing just with the audio frequencies and audio technology and stuff like that. It just is never a film that really kind of makes you really feel comfortable, I guess you could watch. But I think this movie actually reminds me a lot of Charlie Kaufman's I'm Thinking of Ending Things, which came out on Netflix a couple years ago, where it is never really truly easy, and what it's trying to do is purposely obtuse in a lot of angles, which is going to be problematic for a lot of people who are just like, I just want an interesting, fun movie, but they don't want something so weird and strange and, you know, thought-provoking and thinking man's type of film that when they watch it, they're like, maybe I should just go watch something that's more straightforward and easy and so on and so forth. Because like I said, when you watch movies like Primer or Memento or, you know, I'm thinking of ending things, they're not, you know, they're not what I would call complicated films, but they definitely make you work for the eventual end where it gets to the eventual conclusion. So overall, like I said, it's a movie that I definitely think is worth watching if you like these types of films. A lot of people may not, but if I had any issues with the film, I think it's a little too long in its own right. I think some of the performances are a little too wacky and a little too out there for my own taste, I guess you could say. I do think the conclusion makes it a little too easy to understand what exactly is going on, and I think in the end it's not a perfect film, but I think it's a film that I really enjoyed. Maybe actually make my top 10 if I'm really frisky and trying to move things around, but overall I still think it's a film worth watching, especially if you like those types of films, and I think it's a film that will reward you if you kind of get the concepts and theories of what it's trying to do. So overall, I think this is a film that is a winner. I think it's a good first film for Rob Schroeder, who's mostly known for doing shorts. And I'm glad to see Vincent Kartheiser in a movie that really kind of, you know, expels upon his acting abilities. And like I said, Breeda is really good in this movie as well as the other characters, you know, in the film. So, and of course, that's going to be my take on this film, at least in a non-spoiler sense, of Ultrasound. Thank you so much for watching. Comments below, what is your overall take of this film? If you did watch it or are you planning on watching it? Do you like these types of films? All that good stuff. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell top to find what's coming next. If you like this video, awesome. Hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.